Too many thoughts on my mind, I can't sleep at night, so I just keep writing. I don't need no help, I don't need opinions, so don't waste my time then. I just been living online.
Well, here we are, Internet. The top 5 albums of 2018 in the eyes of Mr. D. Let's get a reminder of the rest of the list so far. But now we're in the big times. This is the big leagues, the official top 5. I'll be honest, this was a task. Narrowing down a top 10 is pretty difficult, but I did it. We got there. I got everything organized, and I'm so pumped to talk about these 5 albums in particular. Might as well kick things off with number 5. Mr. D's 5th favorite rap album of 2018. It's The Carter 5. From an absolute veteran of the rap game, Lil Wayne. Overall, there was some mixed to positive reviews for this album. A lot of people argued that it was just too long, way too much filler, and I'd agree with that. Lil Wayne fans have been waiting for this album for so long. Back in 2008, I was in high school working in a kitchen in my hometown, and I owned The Carter 3 on CD, and literally front to back, listen to that album constantly. Just last night on the drive home from basketball, I was listening to this song called Mr. Carter from The Carter 3, just hitting every line, rapping the whole song, and it reminded me why I love Lil Wayne so much. Like, the dude has been around for a while and for good reason. He is extremely talented. Afterwards came The Carter 4, which was okay, but didn't really meet The Carter 3 standards. I think with this new album, definitely more of true form Lil Wayne. I have to highlight the major negative of this project. It's so freaking long. It's 23 tracks, an hour and 28 minutes. It's too much. It's way too much. And you might be thinking, Mr. D, how could you put an album this long with that much filler in your top 5? It's because it's goddamn Lil Wayne, and I'm gonna put a Lil Wayne album in my top 5. There are more than enough dope tracks that when you cut away kind of the fat of the album, you get a solid project. So instead of focusing on every single track, I'm just gonna highlight my top 3. Number 3 is Let It All Work Out. So we might as well open the top 3 with the last song on the album. It is a perfect closer. Wayne uses a sample from this guy Sampha. Sampha has this beautiful high-pitched voice, just works perfectly on this song. Wayne bounces from rap lyrics about surviving in the rap game, dealing with a lot of tragedies that he's had in his life, including a really kind of grim retelling of an accident where he found his mother's gun when he was 12, and he accidentally shot himself. Wayne still remembers this tragedy, and he thanks God that he's still alive and he's still making music, despite the fact that it all could have ended on that day when he was 12 years old. And something that comes up a lot in the album is the connection that Lil Wayne has with his mother, and the very last song closes on that "Love You, Dwayne" line. And it's just so sweet, works perfectly. And this album ends the way it began. The opening track is an introduction from his mom, really emotional. The ending with Lil Wayne's mom, a couple songs throughout the project that discuss their relationship. I think that's a fantastic way to kind of structure your album, and Lil Wayne does a great job with it. Number 2, Dedicate. Dedicate has that troublesome position in the track list right before the super mega single Uproar. But for me, Dedicate is the main opening number on this album. I'm not really about listening to XXXTentacion telling me not to cry. Like, I'll cry when I want X. Don't tell me how to live my life. So this fantastic song highlights how Lil Wayne truly was a game changer in hip hop. The 3 verses on this song are so rich, so good. I'll highlight a couple lyrics here. These kind of bars are just typical Lil Wayne. Like, this is something that would come up constantly in the Carter 3. All the verses are pretty much about how epic Lil Wayne is, and he backs it up with incredible rhyme scheme and quick spitting lyrics. Great frickin' track. Number 1, Kendrick Lamar and Lil Wayne. That's all I'd really need to say. Mona Lisa, by far my favorite track on this project. So Lil Wayne tells this insane story about him teaming up with one of his lady friends who pretends to be into a guy in order to rob that guy. Like, the level of detail that Lil Wayne throws into this is ridiculous. Like, there is a full-on beginning, middle, and end to this, like, tale of what they do to this unsuspected guy or boyfriend of the female character in the story. So Kendrick Lamar shows up after this deceptively long pause, and he spits out these fantastic verses from the perspective of this guy who's super upset that his girlfriend is obsessed with rappers like Lil Wayne and Kendrick Lamar. The concept is strange, the verses are weird, but it just works because it's Kendrick Lamar. The best part of this verse is kind of this downward spiral that the character goes through, and then as the character goes through the downward spiral, Kendrick Lamar starts bringing out that classic high-pitched Kendrick Lamar voice. It's honestly unbelievable. These two guys bring their A game on this track. It's hard not to have your jaw drop after listening to this song. It's so well done. Definitely my favorite on the album. I gotta say, it's pretty cool starting 2019, making a top 10 list of my favorite hip-hop albums for a YouTube channel that I've started. And to have Lil Wayne in the top 5, and him being one of the first rappers I've ever listened to, it feels pretty friggin' cool. And for this album specifically, all you gotta do is kind of trim around the fat. You find those songs that you come back to, and there are some fantastic tracks outside of the top 3 that I've mentioned. So what I did on my phone is I kind of curated my own The Carter 5. Take a look. So it's a solid 14 tracks, comes in under 50 minutes. It's not everyone's The Carter 5, but it's my own personal The Carter 5. You can't deny the impact that Lil Wayne has had, and it's phenomenal to see a guy like him, after so many years, still be able to put out a project with a bunch of stylistically different tracks that will definitely and still do stay in my rotation. Despite the fact that it's still filled with a bit of a pile of mediocrity, Lil Wayne hits back after a long vacation from the Carter franchise. Mr. D's number 5 album of 2018, The Carter 5 by Lil Wayne. Check in tomorrow for number 4. See you later.